large roasting on an open fire.
Hey guys, it's Naomi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is Vlogmas Day 6, and for today's video I will be showing you guys 10 books that I recommend you guys should read over this wonderful holiday. So before we get started with this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you guys will be notified every single time I upload a new video. And let's get started with the video. So all 10 of these books are mainly by the same author. Her name is Natasha Preston, and I absolutely love her books. And just reading her books, that's what really got me into reading and why I love reading so much. Okay, so the first book that I recommend that you guys should read is One Step Too Far by Lisa Gardner. So this is the book that I'm currently reading right now, but so far it's just so good that I'm like, I recommend that you guys really should read this. So this book is about a man, his name is 𝗵𝗵𝘁. He disappeared the first night of a bachelor party camping trip. He didn't leave a trace. What he left behind was 2 heartbroken parents, a crew of guilt-ridden groomsmen, and a pile of clues that didn't add up. So Frankly Eklund is one of the main characters of the book. She read that 𝗵𝗵𝘁's father organized one last search for his son, so she heads to the mountains of Wyoming to join a rescue team. But as they head into the woods, it seems that someone there is willing to do anything to stop them. It's vividly clear that whoever is doing this does not want them to find 𝗵𝗵𝘁. Soon they're running out of time and are up against the worst man and nature have to offer, discovering that evil awaits those who go one step too far. I love books like this, like mystery and thriller, so if you're interested in those types of books, I definitely recommend that. Actually, I think all of these books are thriller, suspenseful, and just mystery books, so if you're interested in those types of books, all 10 of these books will be down in the description box down below with the link. I got a majority of these books from Amazon, and I got this from Barnes & Nobles. I love Barnes & Nobles. That's literally one of my favorite stores. They have so many amazing books there, great authors, great books, great writing. I just love that store, so I definitely recommend that you check out this book, One Step Too Far by Lisa Gardner. The second book I have for you guys is The Fear by Natasha Preston. So just be prepared. A lot of these books are going to be from Natasha Preston. So it's just a stupid meme that's going around their small fishing town in the dead of winter. People reposting and sharing their biggest fear. But when her classmates start turning up dead, dying in the way that they said that scared them the most, Izzy knows it's no joke. With each death hitting closer to home, Izzy sets out to stop the killer. Could her older sister's friend Tristan be involved somehow? He's given her some strange vibes. Or what about his brooding cousin Axel? But he's in her classes at school. He's not a murderer. Is he? Izzy is soon on a path that will lead her right to the killer and her worst nightmare. So basically, this book is about, in a small fishing town where, it's a meme going around while people are putting, their worst fears. Like, for example, if the person's fear was them falling off a roof or something, they ended up dying in that way that they said they were scared to die. So it was definitely, really crazy just, reading that book. It's just, wow, this book was really good. It had me on the edge of my seat. I think I finished this book in a few days because it was just so good. So yeah, if you're into books like this, I definitely recommend The Fear by Natasha Preston. The third book I have for you is another book by Natasha Preston. It's called The Lost, and this book is actually my favorite book out of her whole collection. It's just amazing. Oh, and also before I talk about this book, you can also, if you go on Amazon, you can also buy her books in collections, so I definitely recommend that you do that, or just buy it individually. It's up to you guys, but just Natasha Preston is just amazing. I love her so much. In Piper's hometown, teenagers keep disappearing. Everyone assumes that they're just a bunch of runaways. But when yet another person vanishes, Piper and her best friend Hazel suspect something more sinister is going on. So they decide to investigate, determined to learn the truth. Their search for answers leads them to a source of the missing people and their captors. Piper and Hazel suddenly find themselves locked away in a secluded building in the middle of a privately owned forest. But the building isn't only meant to keep them in prison. Every room is a test to see if they can make it out alive. And failure means being lost forever. Natasha Preston. Oh my gosh, I just love her. Literally this whole video is just gonna be me just telling you how much I love her. Literally, I want to meet her so bad in person and just tell her her writing is just excellent, and just the way she writes her books, they're just so amazing, and they're so Like, they're very eye-catching, very just intriguing, and I just love them. I'm always on the edge of my seat every time I read a book by Natasha Preston. But yeah, this book is called The Loss. The fourth book I have for you is another book by Natasha Preston. It is called Awake. Scarlett Gardner doesn't remember anything before the age of 4, but a car accident changes everything. She starts to remember pieces of the past that frighten her, a past her parents hid from her in a secret that could get her killed. I'm not going to say much about this book because this book had a very crazy spin to it, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's very mysterious, and it's unexpected. You're not going to expect, you know, what you're gonna read when you read this. Like, you're not going to expect it. So that's why the description on the back, it says what it says. I'm gonna leave it at that. This book is crazy good. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, recommend Awake by Natasha Preston. All right, the fifth book I have for you, I have Two Little Girls by Laura Jarrett, I believe. Two girls, one chance. When Lizzie's car crashes with her 2 daughters inside, she faces a terrible choice. And when she recovers from her injuries, she has to deal with the impact of that tragedy, as well as the police investigation into it. As Lizzie and her family struggle to come to terms with the events of that night, things take an even darker turn. What exactly happened on that remote country road? Who was responsible? And can the family get through this together, or will the truth finally tear them apart? Guys, this book was just crazy. It literally had me on the edge of my seat. There was a big spin to this, and it was just like, I think it made me cry at one point because it was just so like realistic, because a lot of this stuff happens in real life. And I just felt really bad for Lizzie and the just choices that she had to make. When you read this book and realize the choices she had to make and what really happened that causes that car crash, you're gonna be like, your jaw dropped. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I definitely recommend Two Little Girls by Laura Jarrett. I hope I'm saying her last name right. Yeah, but definitely recommend this. Okay, the sixth book I have is another book by Natasha Preston. It is called The Cabin. A weekend partying at a remote cabin is just what Mackenzie needs. She can't wait to let loose with her friends, but a crazy night of fun leaves 2 of them dead, murdered. With no signs of forced entry or struggle, suspicion turns to the 5 survivors. Someone isn't telling the truth, and Mackenzie's first mistake, assuming the killing is over. A very good book, and also it also has another turn to it. Like, you're not going to suspect. It's like, it's one of those books that, you know, like when someone murders someone, you're obviously like, oh, it's this person, but it's like the person who's responsible for the killing is someone that you're not expecting, like someone you're least likely to suspect. Like, those are the type of books that I really love, along with movies as well. And it's like you did not suspect them, and then when you find out they were the ones behind it, you're like, wow, I'm just dumb. The fact that I didn't even notice that, but that's how good this book was. You don't even notice that it's that person. It could be that person that you just don't suspect it. But yeah, I definitely recommend The Cabin by Natasha Preston. Literally all these books are by Natasha Preston. All right, the 7th book I have for you is called The Escape Room by Maren Stolfels. Yeah, but I hope I'm saying this person's name right. Right. So this book is basically what it says, escape room. So you can already kind of know what this book is going to be about. All they need to do is get out. Alyssa, Sky, Malice, and Mint are ready for a night of fun at the escape room. It's simple. Choose a game, get locked in a room, find clues, solve the puzzles, and escape the room in 60 minutes. But what happens if the game master has no intention of letting them go? Yeah, nothing really much to say about this book. It definitely takes a crazy turn about the person who did, you know, leave them in there. It definitely has a lot to do with revenge and jealousy, so if you're into that type of stuff, I definitely recommend this. Also, this book is on the shorter side, so I actually read this in like a day, a few hours. Yeah, but it's on the shorter side, but it's nice and sweet and simple, something very short. Just a really great book that I really recommend that you should read. But yeah, okay, the 7th book I have for you is another book by Natasha Preston. It's called You Will Be Mine. In this book, I already know I said that a lot of these books took a crazy turn. This had the craziest turn of all of them. The person who was behind this, it kind of made me wonder, like, are you serious? Like, you're that obsessed with this person? The person's a psychopath, I'm gonna tell you that. All right, Lila and her friends can't wait to spend a night out together. Partying is the perfect way to let loose from the stress of life in school. And Lila hopes that hitting the dance floor with Chase, her best friend, will bring them closer. She's been crushing on him since they met. If only he thought of her the same. The girls are touching up their makeup and the guys are sliding on their coats when the doorbell rings. No one is there. An envelope sits on the doormat. It's an anonymous note addressed to their friend Sonny. A secret admirer? Maybe. They all laugh it off. Except Sonny never comes home. A new note arrives. Your turn. Y'all, when I tell you that this book was absolutely crazy, like literally it even says it in the title, you will be mine. That means the person who did this, and I already know who did this, was literally crazy, obsessed, just a psychopath. It had my jaw to the floor. It's like no words can explain how much I love Natasha Preston and her books. They're just so amazing. Like, I really recommend that you guys read Natasha Preston. Literally. Hands down, in my opinion, one of the best authors ever. I'ma just say it. I'ma just say that. But I definitely recommend You Will Be Mine by Natasha Preston. Literally, I recommend all of Natasha Preston's books. And I believe she has a couple of new books out that I will be purchasing on Amazon. And I will be reading those too. And then hopefully later on in the future, when I do another one of these book recommendations, those few books will be in that book recommendation. So stay tuned for that. Alright, the 9th book that we have is called The Obsession. Boy meets girl, boy stalks girl, girl gets revenge. This book is by 𝗵𝗺𝗁𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. I hope that's right. Alright. Logan thinks he and Delilah are meant to be. Delilah doesn't know who Logan is. Logan believes no one knows Delilah like he does. He makes sure of it by learning everything he can. Watching her through a hidden camera. Some might call him a stalker. Logan prefers to be called romantic. You sure that's romantic, buddy? Because it's giving stalkerish, psychopathish obsession. That's what that's giving. Delilah is keeping secrets though. Deadly ones. There's so much more to her than meets the eye. Logan is determined to make Delilah the heroine in his twisted fantasy. And he'll do anything to get what he wants. Delilah is done with the men in her life controlling her. If Logan won't let her go, she'll make him. Period. But the way, okay, I'm just gonna say this. Logan, he is very crazy, but Delilah, it says she got some deadly secrets. She got a little bit of problems in here. And like what really and made me really interested in this book is the last part. If Logan won't let her go, she'll make him. When I tell you the things that she did, I ain't gonna say nothing. You're gonna have to read it for yourself to find out. But the things she did was crazy. But I also really enjoyed this book as well. It was very suspenseful and had a lot of great moments in here. So I definitely recommend The Obsession by 𝗵𝗺𝗁𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. I hope I'm saying these authors' names right. Alright, the last book we have is another book by Natasha Preston, and this is also one of my favorite books by her. It's called The Cellar. As you can see, it's a bit of a long one, but I promise you, once you open it and get the reading, you're not going to stop. You're not going to know how to control yourself because it's that good. 4 months, Summer is trapped in a cellar with the man who took her and 3 other girls. Rose, Poppy, and Violet. His perfect pure flowers. His family. But flowers can't survive long. Cut off from the sun, and time is running out. And then it also has, another thing that I love about Natasha Preston is in the back of her books, not only does she have a description, but she has like a bit of dialogue from the book that doesn't spoil anything, but makes you more interested in reading it. So I'm going to read that real quickly. My stomach dropped as a tall, dark-haired man stepped into view. Had he been hiding between the trees? No, sorry. Gulping, I took a step back. I'm not Lily. He shook his head. A satisfied grin on his face. No, You are Lily. I'm Summer. You have the wrong person, you utter freak. I could hear my pulse crashing in my ears. How stupid to give him my real name. He continued to stare at me, smiling. It made me feel sick. You are Lily, he repeated. Before I could blink, he threw his arms forward and grabbed me. I tried to shout, but he clasped his hand over my mouth, muffling my screams. My heart raced. I'm going to die. When I tell you, this book, literally crazy. The guy is a psychopath and has some type of psychotic disorder. He definitely got he's either bipolar, I don't know. He got some type of disorder, but he is crazy. This is like the craziest person ever. But when you really read and learn the history and the background of him and why he did the things that he did, you know, it really makes sense, but still that doesn't give you the right to do what you did. But definitely recommend The Cellar by Natasha Preston. Alright, so those are all of the 10 books that I recommend that you guys should read over this holiday. And just in general, I used to not really like reading, but you know, I'm actually going to show you guys the first book that I even read that got me into reading. Natasha Preston, The Twin. This was the first book that really, you know, intrigued me and got me interested in reading, and I'm like, I really love her books. I'm going to check out more books by her. That's what I did. That's why I have like most of her books. Just have to purchase some new ones. But yeah, this is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you guys will be notified every single time I upload a new video. And make sure you guys go check the description box down below. All 10 of these books and where I got them from will be down in the description, so make sure you guys go check those out. And I promise you guys, these books are amazing. Natasha Preston would change your life. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Vlogmas Day 6. Stay tuned for all the rest of the Vlogmas videos. As I said in my other videos, I am very excited to be participating in Vlogmas, and I'm doing good so far. Thank the Lord, doing well. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Remember that God loves you and that I love you too. Bye guys. Mwah.